am with Cory Vaughn out of Bumpus, Virginia, now looking to try and move up a place or two in the Water Ski Pro Tour standings. And what better place to do it right here in South Beach?
Yeah, this is my first time getting to ski this event. It's late in the season, and usually coming out of Virginia is really hard, but with King of Darkness last weekend, I got the chance to stay in Florida and train. Just took my first practice set here in Miami, and it felt fantastic. So I'm super excited. I think the scores are going to be big this weekend. It's going to be a great show.
Now, having listened a little bit to what you were doing out there with your set, you're highly appreciative of the opportunities that come with skiing in this part of the world. So you got 4 sets to kind of make some hay before the season ends for you.
Well, after that one, I'm now down to 3 sets. So, I'm hoping 3 sets, 2 prelims and hopefully a final. And I'm going to miss skiing once it's gone. So I'm going to try to make these count, stay out there on the water as long as I can, run as many buoys as I can. But then I'm going to put the ski away until it's time to start back up again in 2025.
A great season right up to this point. You've run into 43 off once, and you've had a couple of major wins. What's gonna seal the deal for you?
I mean, the way I feel, that it's been an A+ season so far, but this weekend it's a 5-star event, so it's the most cash prize of this year. That would be a nice cherry on top, and I've got a really long drive home, so it would be nice to take that stretch of road with a lot of positive feelings. I got my wife and my son waiting at home. We're going to celebrate a great season either way, but the cherry on top here in Miami would sure be nice.
Well, Regina Jake was here at the Miami Pro. Now, last week's performance of the King of Darkness has kept you in contention for possibly snatching the win on the Water Ski Pro Tour standings. How do you feel about that?
No, that's awesome. It's a big deal to see how everything's gone. I didn't get to do some of the Europe stops, so kind of set myself behind and been trying to battle its way up. But we'll see how this weekend goes and see where I can land on that.
Okay, bearing all of that information in mind with the Water Ski Pro Tour, how's that kind of altered your training and your prep for this event?
Oh no, it doesn't change anything. The goal is to go out, take it set by set, and do what I know I can do.
What kind of performance is it going to take for you to feel really good about what you've done out there in the Miami Pro?
Well, being that in the dark last weekend, I ran at 3 at 41. I hope during the daylight I can get to 3 consistently.
Here I am with Mario Pagozzi now. Mario, you've driven a number of tournaments during the course of this season, but here we are at season's end, Miami, Florida, the Miami Pro. This tournament has a real different vibe about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think because it's the last one, so all the people try to do his best. And for me, it's the first time being here, so I'm really emotional about that.
Excellent stuff. So kind of, what do you do to get in the kind of frame of mind that you need to have to be able to drive at this elite level for both the women's and the men's competition?
Well, trying to be focused with every single skier and try to do the best, to give them the best pool ever.
Okay, so what do you reckon is going to be the top score at the end of this competition in the women's first and then the men?
I hope at least a couple of 41 off, at least, and we can do something better, perhaps.
Well, here I am with Thomas de Gasperi coming to us from Italy, and been skiing pretty well in the season now that you're back on this old faithful ski, right?
Well, it's actually not old, it's new. I jumped on the old one in the 2023 ski, but then I received this one and I liked it, and it went well at the Europeans. I did okay in California, and last weekend was the highest cut ever, so it was a tough one, but it was super fun.
Okay, now everyone seems to have gotten the news of like the worst kept secret in water skiing, where the Worlds are going to be next season. Yeah. It's going to be in Ricchetto. You probably knew about the decision pretty much way in July, way before everybody else. So I mean, with that in mind, I mean you're obviously trying to be in a good position to excel there with that competition, right?
I mean, yeah, I train there a lot every year, and it's not my main place, but I go there a lot because it's the Federation's place. Funny story, it was my first Worlds in 2001. I got fourth, was one of the youngest skier in the tournament, and I'm not saying it's gonna be my last one because I want to keep going, but it's cool to come back to Rocchetto, and it's a beautiful site. It will be fair for everybody. I'm sure we're gonna have great drivers, and everything will be perfect.
Okay, a little bit earlier on in the season, you were part of a situation with the European Championships. You tied with your good friend Brando Caruso. What's your take on that on that whole deal?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when they told us to stop, because I was ready to keep going. Yeah, they said it was not going to be safe for us to continue, and they pretty much said you got to stop. And I took it, and I didn't want to create a scene or nothing, but yeah, I don't know how I feel, because I feel like a champion, but I'm kind of half of it, So, but the level was high. He skied great, I skied great, and it was a good show, and I gotta take what it is and just keep looking forward.
Well, here I am with France's Francesca. You've had a pretty good season up to this point. How have you been skiing in preparation for this competition?
Yeah, the first part of the season was good. I've been struggling a little more the last few tournaments, but it's happens. You have up and downs. Hopefully I can be back up this weekend. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, what kind of score are we going to be looking forward to from you? To try and ascend above everyone else.
Man, everybody is skiing great. I don't know. I'm gonna do the best I can, and yeah, no idea what I have to do, but I need to ski well, that's for sure.
Well, here we go with Elizabeth Montavon. You've been looking forward to this particular competition on the Water Ski Pro Tour for the longest time, haven't you?
Oh, I mean, I love getting to be here at Miami. It's close to home. I know all the people. I love it here. I mean, the sun's still shining. It's basically still summer. So yeah, really thrilled to be here. Glad we're getting to enjoy the third edition of this tournament, and looking forward to getting on the water in a few minutes.
Indeed, indeed. And your one and only Pro Tour victory on the Water Ski Pro Tour was actually set here about, 2-3 seasons ago. Do you reckon that you've trained hard enough and you've worked hard enough on the approach to this competition to kind of replicate that feat?
Yeah, I'm really happy with my ski right now. I'm really happy with how I've been training. It's going to be stiff competition. The top 5 best girls are here. I call them the Big Five. They're all here, and I know that they're all going to throw down, but that type of competition always brings out the best in me. So I think all I can really do is give it my best go and see where the chips fall.
Well, here we are, Miami Pro, last competition of the season. Thibaut Dayon, have you been training in prep for this competition?
Yeah, been training pretty good. Looking forward to it. It's my first time here. I couldn't come the last edition, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay, what kind of score are you looking to put out there? Because there's always been the situation where 3 might not be enough and 4 might just about do it. So have you been working hard to get at least 2/3 the way down 41 to make that happen?
Yeah, I do believe that is pretty much the goal of every skier out here, is to push the limit and go to the furthest at 41, even to run it. There's some high level. We saw it last weekend. So I'm guessing, end at 41 and even run it, because it looks nice. So I think, he's going to take big scores for sure this weekend.